Hi, I'm Robin Scherzer, and welcome to Robin's Stampin' Hood. Hi guys, it's Robin with Robin Stampin' Hood, and welcome to my final Christmas Stamp-A-Stack for 2021. So this Stamp-A-Stack involves this adorable bundle, the sweet little stockings, and of course, because I'm an animal lover, this was like my favorite. So it comes with this, the stamp set, and so you'll need this to do these cards, the stamp set and the dies, and it's just way adorable. So it also comes with coordinating paper, so I have to show you the paper too. So we're going to use some of this paper in all the cards with the different designs. And then I guess I'll put that there. And this stocking paper, I love it because those three stockings, this, and this, cut out every one of these stockings. So let me just show you. If you got your supplies from me, you got a half sheet of that paper. And I've made now 5 or 6 cards with this. And look at all the stockings I got out of just a half sheet of paper. So I love this, that you have the variety. So those will be on some of the cards we do too. So I just wanted to show you that. So that's the front side. The stars are on the back side. And then some more cute, adorable little animals. And I like that they have the different designs that you can use for backgrounds as well. This one cracks me up the most. Look at the look on the cat's face. It's beautiful. It's perfect for a cat. I don't have cats because Edwin is allergic, but oh my gosh, I love the look on his face, like I'm gonna hurt you. So that's that one and that one. And of course I love this with the dog. Dogs are always so happy. No matter what, they're happy. So I love this golden retriever. So anyways, this goes with the bundle, the Sweet Stockings. And oh my gosh, you get 22 different dies in this set. This is actually my assistant's set. I can't find mine, so she loaned it to me. But look, you have stars, and you have the little pieces for adding stockings. You can, or the felt on the stockings, which I think is great because you can see the little felt. And it has different presents. It cuts out the little faces of all the animals. You have a little bow, and then a little bow of stuff, and your holly and the berries. It has everything you need. So this is a great little set to have. Make sure you get it before the mini catalog is done, because it will not be carrying over into the next round of catalogs. So I wanted to show you that really quick. So the first card we're going to do today is this one with the little gerbil hamster. I'm not sure what he is, but what you'll need for this stamp set, or for this card, I'm sorry, is you're going to need your Memento ink. You're going to need Old Olive Memento. And if you have the blends, you'll need Pool Party, the Crumb Cake, and Cherry Cobbler, which I'm not sure where my Cherry Cobbler went, but that's okay. So you'll need those. And I used to cut these circles. I used the layering circles dies. So you can kind of mess around with those. And I think I used probably this one and a little bit bigger one to do that. So it's nice to have that. So if you have the supplies from me, you should have those pre-cut for you already. And then this little tag here is actually, excuse me, is part of the die set. So you can see the little tag right there. So very nice. So the first thing you want to do is, I gotta get my little bucket of stuff here. I had it already. So I did do some different faces on here because my crumb cake was running out. So this is the light crumb cake, but this is the dark crumb cake. So you can do your little gerbil hamster guy however your heart desires. There is no right or wrong way to do it. So you should have gotten with your supplies, a piece, some pool party. And I know if you've done that, if you're doing the supplies with me, the Stamp-A-Stack, you're making 4 cards of these 3 designs. So keep that in mind. So this is just a normal half sheet cardstock cut in half. So it's what, 5.5 by 8.5, right? I think that's right. 5.5 by, yep, 5.5 by 8.5. So you're just going to go ahead and fold it or score it with your scorer if you prefer to do that. For me, I do it with the thick white and the thick vanilla, but normally I'll just use my bone folder to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the base of the card together. Sorry for that wiggle. Little corgi. So that's cherry cobbler cardstock with a pool party base. Oops. So you're just layering it all together like that. Pretty easy peasy, right? And then you're taking this little strip of Designer Series cardstock, and there's that cat, which I think is hysterical. You're just going to layer that across like that. And that's basically the base of your card. So we're going to go ahead then and do some stamping. So I'm using the stamp Very Merry from the set. So again, to complete these cards, you will need the set and the die cut. I did die cut some things for you if you ordered the supplies from me, but not everything. Because when you go to stamp your little faces, you'll need to die cut those, or you can fussy cut them, whatever your heart desires. So that's Old Olive and the Very Merry. And then I'm going to take the white circle and the Memento. And let me close that up because you know what I'll do, right? Put my hand right in it. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp in Memento on the white circle. Just this cute little stocking. I'm gonna get that out of the way too. And this is where you're gonna use your cherry cobbler. I think I'm just gonna use the dark one, and I'm just gonna go along the lines. You know, be real gentle when you use your blends. You don't need to have a lot of pressure. I noticed a lot of my blends have smashed tips, and I think it's because people are probably pressing a little hard. So I'm barely touching the paper with my blend, and I'm just following it around the curve because I don't want to go outside the lines. Some of mine ended up that way. So if I wanted to do shading, I absolutely could, but I'm just going to color this in cherry cobbler. So you do what you feel is best for there. There's no right or wrong way. So there's that. And then I'm going to take the dark pool party, and I think this is it. Yep. And just color in the rest of it. Again, I'm just kind of going around gently coloring it in. And again, if you want to do shading, go for it. I just want some color, that's all. Okay, so that's that. And then on a scrap piece of white, you're going to go ahead and stamp the little gerbil head. And again, I use just the light crumb cake to fill him in, but I'm going to go back here with my dark and just hit his whiskers a little bit to give him a little more definition with his whiskers. And then we can go ahead and put that together. Now, not everybody has done this or gotten this, but I've textured some of these, but then I decided I didn't need to really texture them because they're really being covered up with this white piece. So not all of you that got the supplies from me will have that. So I'm getting that pressed on there. And then we want to use dimensionals to add our cute little dude. Like I said, I don't know, is he a gerbil or is he a hamster? I don't know. Let's grab my dimensionals and just put one right in the middle for him. He is pretty cute. Cute. And then if you got the supplies for me, you got a little bowl like this. And all I'm gonna do with that is just put a little glue dot right here, or a little glue, I should say, not a dot, but a dot of glue. And I'm just gonna stick this right off to the side right there. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a second. And then we'll go ahead and put dimensionals on this, on the very Mare. And that's gonna go up at the top here. Let's get the backing off. Just right there. Cute, cute, right? And then we need a little dot, which if you got the supplies from me, you should have gotten some dots in your packet. And I'm gonna use, I think, just a smaller one here. Oops, poked it right off. And just put it off to the side. And then you should have gotten some ribbon from me as well. So I probably gave you way too much ribbon, and that's okay. I'd rather you have too much than not enough. And it's gonna come off the side, but I'm gonna give it just a little cut. Oops, like that, just to give it a little angle. And I'm gonna flip her over. Well, I guess I need to know where. I want it to come off the side like that. So I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm actually gonna use the dimensionals to hold it in place because I'm popping this piece up anyway. So I'm just putting it, and I wanna put a couple around because this is a big circle and we don't want it collapsing in the middle when we send it to whoever is gonna be lucky enough to get it. Let's see, I'll put one more little piece right there. Okay, so then I'll pull off all our little. Okay, now you have all your dimensionals on, and you're just gonna set it right in the middle. And there you go. There is your first card. Cute, cute. Okay, so the second card we're gonna do is, oops, this card right here. Super easy. So if you have gotten your supplies from me, let's go ahead and start. So you should have a cherry cobbler base, which is not quite a full card base. It is 7.5 by 5.5, it should be. So what you're gonna do is you are actually, make sure it's going the long way, and you're gonna score it at 4 1/4. So score it at 4 1/4, and then it'll fold like this, okay? So I know that's a little confusing because it's not a full card base. Now you'll need your trimmer again because you should have a piece of paper like this. So this is the normal 4 by 5 1/4. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna trim off 1 inch of this. So just take 1 inch off, and we're going to use that and then flip it over to use the other side. So let's do that, and then let's just put together our base real quick, and then we'll put together the rest of it. So you're going to put the stocking side, or if you like the other side, you can do the other side too. Stocking side up. And that's your front. And then you should have a piece of white paper like this, again, if you've gotten your supplies from me. This is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So this is going to be the inside of your card where you can write on it or stamp on it, whatever your heart desires. And then you're going to take the strip that you cut off and use the other side coming up. And then just kind of line that up, frame it out on the side so you have an even. And so there's the inside of your card, and then when your card closes, it looks like that. So I'm going to actually take my bone folder, get a little bit better score on it so it doesn't flip open like that. So that's the base of your card. And then we're going to stamp. And what inks you'll need for this is just the evergreen and your memento. Okay, so out of all those stockings that we cut out, if I can pick them up, I'm going to use this stocking, and I already stamped my cat. So you're going to stamp a cat head, and then I just used my blends and colored it in. And you can use whatever colors you want. This was crumb cake. This was crumb cake. My crumb cake's running out. This was soft suede, and this was crumb cake. So you can see a little variation of the face, and that's okay. And then this is a die cut, cuts the cat's head out. And then the Santa hat is also a die cut. So this is one of the other die cuts that we used with the evergreen. Can you see that? I'll put that against there and you can see that. The evergreen and a little holly and berries. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue and then take my berries, take my berries and just place my berries right on top of there. I'll probably put a little too much glue. I'm going to set this off to the side. Isn't that cute? I mean, just super simple. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's all embossed as well. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and stamp this piece with Santa Paws with the evening evergreen. Make sure you get good coverage. You could use Old Olive here as well if you didn't have the evening evergreen. Pretty darn good. All right. And then let's go ahead and finish assembling the card. So again, you should have your hat, your cat, and your stocking. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue to put the cat right here. Oops, that was probably too much glue. I'm going to actually steal some of that glue to put onto my hat. And we'll put that on him as well. Isn't he cute? Oop, he's kind of, I still had way too much glue on there. So you're going to go ahead and put him in the stocking like that. Oop, his hat's a little crooked. Oh, he's got way too much glue. That's okay. We'll just wipe it right off. So there you go. And then I'm going to just set him down and let him dry for a sec. And then we'll put some dimensionals on him. So we're going to put this piece just right off to the side here, leaving enough room to put my berries down. Okay. And we'll put some glue on the berries on the back. I love that it embosses the berries too. Gives it a little bit. Okay, you want to take your dimensionals and we're going to pop this little kitty up. Don't be afraid to use your dimensionals to keep him from kind of collapsing onto himself. You know, when whoever you send this to, you don't want him to go, oh, nice work. So before I do that though, let's put this on. So here's my tip for you on this card. Put your glue here. I did it on there the first time, and I think I've glued the card together. So I'm just putting things of glue like this, and then I'll lay this on top of it. Like I said, my first attempt, I put glue over here, and yeah, not too smart. So just go ahead and press that down. Let's get all the dimensional backings off. And there you go. Isn't that cute, you guys? Super simple. And you're using all the dies that come in the set along with the paper that's in the suite. So I love this little card. I think I'll change it out to a dog too, though, because you know I'm a dog person. All right, let's get ready for card number 3. Okay, and here we go with card number 3. So card number 3 is a little bit of a fancy fold card. So you would lift your little guy up and then you have your card. So there you go. So same premise on this card that we did on the last card. We're going to score it, but instead of it going this way, it's going to go this way. So let's start with that first. So this piece of cardstock, this old olive, is 6 and 3/8 and by 5.5. So you want to have it running the long way, and you're going to score this one again at 4.25. So both the cards are scored at 4.25. And then this tag that again comes from the fun dies that you get with everything, you're going to score this at a half an inch. So, because that's going to tuck between the card base and the inside of the card. So you can see I just did that right like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting together our base. Oops. So I'm going to give it a nice burnish to get it to hold down flat. Okay, let's look at this. So it's like that. And then you're going to take this piece, and this is from the designer series paper as well. I tried to use everything from that whole suite. So the ribbon, the paper, the cardstock, or not the cardstock, the stamp set, and then the dies. Okay, so let's go ahead and, actually it would be easier for me to see it this way. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and stamp. I should have told you that the 2 inks that you'll need, well, you'll need 3 inks. You'll need the Old Olive, Cherry Cobbler, and the Memento Black for or for using your blends. So we're going to use the same stamp we used before the Santa Paws is coming to town. And you're just going to stamp up in the corner a little bit. And then we're done with that. And we're going to use the Old Olive using those little X's, like those little stitches. And that's just going to run along the bottom of what you just stamped. So pretty easy. Okay. Again, if you got supplies from me, you would have gotten 2 sheets of white cardstock that have an S in the corner. So these are the pieces that you're going to use to cut out your Santa hats, to cut out your faces of your animals. So you'll have 2 of them. You'll have plenty of cardstock left over. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now this is the tricky one on this. I want you to assemble it with your tag going under where you scored it at the 1/2 inch. So don't put this piece on until you've done that. So you want to stamp your white piece first and then put this piece on. I always tell you anyways, don't assemble anything until everything is stamped. And that way you kind of know that you've caught everything. Okay, and I am going to put a little there too because we want that to hold down on the card. So then we're going to take our card base, flip her over. Okay. nice rub. And I probably should not have mounted that quite so close because you can see my star goes there. So just keep that in mind. Don't do what I just did. I think I'll still be able to put my star there, but it's going to be a little off the white. So just keep that in mind. So that's your base, pretty easy. So you should have gotten, again, if you had supplies with me, you should have gotten some felt. Boy, I can't speak today. Got some felt, and I've cut out the felt for the stocking. So again, going back to those stockings that you've cut out, grab one that you like. I'm using one of the bigger ones, and I'm going to take the felt and just put it on the stocking. So what I found is you'll see a little bit of stitching. I know it's hard to see. There's a little bit of stitching on that, so I'm just gonna set that down there, and then I'm going to put the topper on. Probably need a little bit more glue than that, just because the felt can be a little fussy about holding. And again, you want to make sure the stitching on the felt is up. I'll move that over a little bit. Now I have all fuzzies on my fingers. Okay. So cute, right? So that's what you're going to do. And you can use any color felt you want. So you've gotten 4 strips of felt in your supplies if you got them from me. So you can see on this particular one, there's white felt, and I'm using a different stocking there, but you choose whatever stocking you want. And I could have grabbed the old olive because you got the yellow for the stars. So you're going to cut out your stars and then your felt for your stockings. So use whatever colors you want. I gave you the 4 so you could have a little bit of variety with whatever the stockings you are using. So then let's go ahead and put this together. Now I stamped on my scrap paper my little dog, and then I colored him in. So I'm going to go ahead and put my stocking flat down. I'm not using dimensionals for my stocking. I'm just going to put that down because I'm going to use the dimensionals on the dog's head to put it above, because with the felt on there, you can't really put it flat. Okay. Isn't he cute, you guys? Oh my gosh. And then so you're going to die cut stars. So since I kind of messed mine up, I'm going to put my 2 stars like this. And it will take a minute for it to dry. So there you go. There is your 3rd card. Is that not cute or what? Yes. Love it. And that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my 4th Stamp-A-Stack in the series of 4. And I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Happy stamping.